Hey guys, I feel like I haven't seen you lot for ages. First, I want you to check out NUNU'S new video.
Hey people, it's your girl Nunu from BKCHAT London. Yeah! You lot don't believe me, innit? But man got sucked on her period. You get me? I got sucked on my period. So basically, I'm telling you the story. You lot don't believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. It happened. All right? Once upon a time, I actually met some guy here.
Make sure you guys subscribe to her, like she's awesome, and we've got some things planned, so make sure you subscribe to her, okay? Now moving on to this, I've never had so much messages about one video in my life. So all of you's up been messaging about, oh my god, can't wait for you to react to this, you have to react to BKCHAT, you have to react to BKCHAT. And I didn't watch the teaser, so I don't know what it's about, but I do know it's about homosexuality because Dammy was talking about it to me. So yeah, I already know I'm going to be pissed off because these people aren't even equipped to have a civilized conversation and a normal debate where they can respect everyone's indifferences and everyone's point of views without being aggressive and without being rude. So I don't know how I'm meant to feel with them talking about homosexuality with the way that they act with each other in the first place. And now I'm going to hear about God, I'm going to hear about this. Ugh. Let's get into this video. Oh my god, Benjamin! I know him. I don't know who she is though. BKCHAT London. Real people, real topics. Real people, yeah, right.
Oh my god.
You happy? What do you think? 1,000 likes.
Does a child's sexual orientation depend on the parents' upbringing?
No, it does not.
Interesting, right? I'm African. I'm from Ghana. My dad left me.
Look how Biscuit's looking.
6, and my mum had to look after.
Oh my god, Benjamin!
Doing a cleaning job. Eventually, she was like, "Well, do you know? Maybe they need to see their father. They need to have a father figure." So she sent me and my brother back home to Ghana, and we lived there for 2 years. We went to school in Ghana. We learned how to speak Fanti, which is another dialect of the Ghanaian language. It was great. We got whipped with canes and everything. But to be honest, it didn't change my sexual orientation. I'm still even more gay than I was when I was there. So, you know, I wasn't born and I just didn't decide, all right, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be gay. It's almost like it's just a natural attraction. I was with a woman.
That's where I disagree with the natural.
Oh, shut up, Max! Go into security. I don't even know why you took your job off to here to talk nonsense.
It was an innocent kiss. I had loads of other kisses with girls. It's like playing kiss chase in school, do you know what I mean? You just kiss whoever's around, but I was kissing guys and girls as well. So I guess from that experience, I started to find or feel significant feelings for boys or men, as it's ventured out to be. I was with a woman, a girl, when in secondary school, because she was the most popular girl in secondary school. We went to school in Essex, and it was almost like I really wanted this girl. She was a Nigerian girl, gorgeous girl, and we had sex. Everything.
Ooh, nah, I didn't. I ain't done that.
I wasn't on it. I just wasn't.
Probably the experience.
It wasn't an experience.
Oh, shut up!
It wasn't an experience. I always knew from a young age. I kissed a guy when I was in primary school.
Would you agree that the biological side of this conversation is completely locked off? So it's not genetics.
Of course, I would agree. I'll definitely agree.
Let's put that to the side.
Yeah, it's not genetics.
So there's only two aspects.
Genetics
in terms of not social construct. I'm talking about it being a gene. something in the 27 chromosomes that you have.
It's down to religion. It's down to loads of things.
Hold on. I'm going somewhere with this. The biological side of it is gone. So there's two sides to this left, which is think about it like this, as if it's a mental state or it's spiritual. That's the two angles I'm looking at.
How can you say if it's mental? If people are oppressed, there are so many people who probably have relationships and marriage and they're actually holding them down, but they still go and have sex with a man because they have that resentment in them and they need to get it out. So why is that? Why is that mental? It's not about that. It's just about what. So what?
Because I'm trying to understand where your mindset is. Because I couldn't ever see myself doing this. I don't understand
if we can
would you say it's a nurture thing?
What causes a man to go and cheat on his wife or his girlfriend?
Many factors that
same as homosexuality, same as anything.
Incorrect. There's not many things that can turn you in homosexual. That is mad, bro. I don't believe that it's a biological thing to be homosexual. I believe that as a child.
But I wouldn't believe it if my face looked like yours too. It would be a big factor I'd be dealing with every day of my life, looking like you, Max. Oh, terrible.
There are things that you, as a baby, in conversations, certain things can sway your decision.
He's talking shit.
If you're a newborn baby and you're put around an environment where it's all girly and you're a male, this is extreme.
That could mean that you just happen to be flamboyant. That doesn't mean that your sexuality changes, you idiot.
As you get older, it could influence the decisions in which you're
No, it's not. That's nonsense. Oh, him in his black suit, he's ready for his own funeral. I beg, just take him off the confessional. I'm tired of looking at his crusty face, and I'm tired of hearing his stupid voice. I'll just get him off. Oh, my God, tired of him. It's horrible to look at. Awful looking man. Awful looking everything. Awful looking in everything. Just shut up and move. You should move on and move on from my eyesight. Go. Slide to the side. I'm tired of seeing you already. Ah! Ugh, you don't convince anything. What kind of nonsense is this?
And the second part of it is the spirituality, where
religion ain't got nothing to do with it. Do we get born and religion is taught. You're not born into it knowing what it is you are. So what has that got to do with sexuality?
I've seen a lot of things before and after my dad left. My mum was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic. My mum thought if you can't beat them, join them. You know, my mum did cleaning jobs. I saw things that I shouldn't have to see as a child, but that didn't depend on gayness or whatever I was. I was just like, you know what, I have to help my mum, man.
Forget about you grinding and trapping and going to sell rocks everywhere. I'm talking about you.
Come on, Benjamin, your point. You need to bring it up some more. Why? Come on.
I didn't say you're cut out. I said it could influence.
No, it won't. No.
What are you saying has influenced his decision?
My upbringing has nothing to do with me being
exactly.
Point blank. I don't blame my mum. I don't blame my dad. I'm just saying it's me. This is who I am. I took it on myself to be out to go around people and say, do you know what? I'm black. I'm gay, and that's a hard thing to do.
Okay, bro. So indirectly, you're saying that it's a natural cause. That's what you're saying.
Whatever it is what I'm doing, and it's what a lot of people at the moment aren't doing.
Ben was raised in a similar household to me, in that sense, in that aspect. I can't, dictate what happened in his household, but he was raised in a similar household. Now, that didn't have an influence on his sexual orientation.
Exactly.
He's still gay.
Yes.
Do you understand? And I'm sure, growing up, like he said, his mum sent him back home to try and take that out of him. But it didn't change. So I feel like once it's embedded in you and it's a choice that you've decided, there's nothing.
How can you make a choice that you decided at that young age? You can't. It's something. Frustrated, man.
Sometimes it's embedded. Sometimes it's a feeling that you can't just brush off.
Okay. Yes.
I'm kind of confused about right now, yeah? I think you're getting that nature versus nurture, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it is.
What you're in actual, what you're saying is cut out the actual nature part and it's just about your nurture. And that's not right. You actually can't just say
you can't.
Where I used to live, I had these neighbours. There was one boy around like 6 girls, and he used to just do like really girlish stuff. Like he'd wear heels, wear lipstick. He was just really girly. And obviously the people around used to always think, I wonder how he's gonna turn out. And God knows I don't know what he is today. But that always made me used to think like, Okay, well, is it your environment that shapes it, or is it something that you just was a part of?
They need to sort out their sound, man. This is meant to be a finale and the sound is atrocious.
I went to Catholic school, Catholic primary school, Catholic secondary school.
Oh, what school did you go?
Canabama.
I went to Trinity.
Oh, mate.
He went Trinity. Oh my god.
It's one of them ones where they're scared of the unknown. Because for me, like my perception, my upbringing, my religious upbringing, like everything points to, okay, this isn't right. Do you get what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you grow up and you live in a multicultural society where you're meeting different people, as much as I have my beliefs, and my beliefs are very, very firm, like that is still another human being. So then you have to now get over that first hurdle of, okay, this person is gay, it goes against maybe your religious belief. This person is actually a human being. Okay, now, can I get to know the human being? Can I get to know the man?
Wow, I'm actually proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, like I get the thinking behind it, but the reason why it's very simplistic and amateur, like you said, and I understand the thinking behind it, but you don't have any proof. There's people say that with so much, they assert it like it's like they're so sure it's fact. And I know guys that have 4 sisters. They're the boyish, most manly, masculine guys that some of the guys that I know. So it can't. As much as I understand, I get it, but I don't think that's something that we should keep kind of putting out there as an explanation, because ultimately it's flawed. Because at the end of the day, we don't know.
Do you agree that matter comes from somewhere?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Matter comes from somewhere. It has to stem from somewhere. Something sparks something else.
So then, what sparked you being straight?
It came from somewhere. If you say
What sparked you being straight? What sparked you? Thank you. Oh my god.
He highlighted that he's Ghanaian and he was sent back home.
Maybe my mum knew that I was gay. She wanted to put the fear of God into me, so it gets it out. But then obviously, but me, not to 8.
When you take it back to culture and going back home to Africa, like you know how you're supposed, like you know the way our families and our you know the way our fathers and our mothers' society is. You're a man of your house. You're supposed to be a man. Yeah, you're supposed to look after your household. You're supposed to be the head, etc. Now, the fact that he's even gone back home, his mum has sent him there to try and embrace that, which I'm sure you did. But he still wasn't happy within himself.
It wasn't even that.
What I'm saying is that, there was still something missing that he wasn't sure of. Even with him getting sent back home and trying to embrace his culture and embrace a certain masculinity.
Masculinity.
Yeah, exactly. So even with all of that, it still didn't change who he was. So in terms of his environment and where he grew up, you could turn around and say, wow, you went back home, you know, you was living with your father, you was around certain things. Why was you still not? You know what I mean?
What is it about men that attracts you?
First of all, you're a straight man. You can't just know about you being straight and that only that being an entity.
What's that about?
No, but I'm saying I don't understand what he finds attractive to another man has got to do with.
Yes.
I want to know.
Oh, thank you, Adrian.
I just like a man. It's not. I'm not gonna.
That's the
I'm not
answer.
gonna. I just like a
Can
man.
I ask you a question?
I haven't asked you why do you like a girl.
Exactly.
I can tell you, I love women's breasts, I like women's
Wait. Yeah, you need to be a bit more. You need to clarify your question. Basically, what are you trying to incite?
That's I'm asking. What attracts you to
What is it about a man?
What about a man that attracts you?
men?
I said I like men. I
What is it?
I like men. What else? What's next? I like men. What do you like? What do you like?
Hold on.
I'm attracted to women, so I'll tell you what I like about women.
Yeah, so he's saying what he likes. What's your problem? Oh, honestly, someone take him back to Lidl.
That's fine. So I've answered your question. What's next?
Yes.
Hold on.
Benjamin.
What kind of question is this?
My mum, Vivian reacting.
Attracted to men. Why do you
Mum, go.
about what is he attracted to? The debate is about how the society can impact your sexuality, not about what he likes in his bedroom, bro. Come on.
Ben is talking to me and letting me know what he likes about a guy. And all I see is Adrian doing this on the side, like...
Yeah, because what you're asking is stupid, it's dumb.
I'm meant to know. Of course I'm going to ask questions if I want to know something.
Benji made an example about how when he was moving a certain way, his mum slapped him up and that. I want to take it off Benji a little bit because it's just like on his hip. So what I'm doing, that was offered to him, yeah? He had to receive it. My mum slapped him up because I'm acting a certain way. Now, my contribution is that this may have contributed to Benji's decision. How? Literally, he knows that he made his own decision and said, okay, I want to be homosexual. Fine.
First of all, it's not a decision. We don't, it's not a choice.
It is a decision.
It's not a decision.
No, it's not a decision, you asked.
You don't choose to be gay. You don't choose to be gay. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. I don't wake up and say, let's be gay, let's have the world hate me, and let me walk down the street and be like, oh, there's that guy. Oh, there's no, what option is there to be with a man and be happy? I'm happy. There's no choice. You didn't choose to be straight either. That happened to you.
Thank you.
Nothing. So it came out of nothing. Did it come out of nothing? You can choose to be gay. So what did it come out of?
Choose to be gay.
Yes, I have decisions to be gay or straight.
What nonsense!
I woke up and made this choice in it because, like I said, yeah, like I'm black, number one, I'm a female, and I'm gay in it. So those are the three worst things that anyone can be, like in society. Like you know, as males, you know, got it better than me. I didn't wake up one day and say, yeah, like that's it. I'm gonna embarrass my mom. I'm gonna be a lesbian. I'm gonna walk down the street. Ain't that. Like no, that's not a choice in it. When I was in school, I used to wear skirts, like, cause like I thought, alright, let me wear a skirt. People still calling me a lesbian in a skirt. No matter how I was dressed, everyone was still like, Larissa, are you a lesbian? Like that's how it was. Like I didn't wake up and make this choice, so that's what I want to get out there for everyone. I don't want to really hear anyone saying, oh yeah, like you made a choice.
Yeah.
I think you made a choice.
So I've tried that whole let's be straight. Like my mum's met one of my boyfriends. Like no, like when I was with them, like it was great, like friendship and everything. But sex-wise, no. And if you're not attracted to someone, and you're not gonna have sex with them.
Okay, can I explain to you why it is a choice? There's a guy and there's a girl. You're a girl, and what did you decide to go with? The girl?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What does he mean? It's a choice. Like you don't get to pick who you fall in love with.
Yeah. We're not attracted sexually to the opposite sex. So gosh.
Individual to yourself. So I just feel like him saying that I picked is not cool.
It's not.
I mean, he doesn't have to bear the consequences of what like gay people every day have to go through.
Tell me about it.
Down the street, or like hear bashment songs and put your head down, or like he doesn't have to bear that. So why would we pick a harder life? So I just didn't understand that.
To be an outspoken racist, to come out and say, I do not like black people, that's a fucking decision that you've chosen.
No, you could have been socially constructed.
If you choose to come out and tell your mum, I'm gay,
That's a choice.
that's a choice.
But what you are attracted to is not a choice. I come from Jamaica, and anybody that knows anything about the Caribbean knows that Jamaica is very notorious for being very homophobic, right? In Jamaica,
Benjamin, him and that pout, he always does that.
in existence today, it's called the Buggery Law. It's been there since the 1500s, where in actuality, to be gay, you can go to prison for it.
Yeah, Nigeria as
Which
well.
you can do, right? Going back to the whole nature versus nurture thing, it's difficult, yeah. The reason why I'm saying that is because, of course, your social surroundings can contribute to certain things. You know, it may contribute to the way you dress, the way you display your sexuality. However, I don't believe social construct in itself can be the sole reason why a man is gay or a man is straight. Case, there would be no gay people in Jamaica, because not only are these people socially in their conditioning, you're told do not be gay. You can even go to prison in Jamaica legally for being gay. So my problem is this thing about nature. There has to be a natural element within it for these people to know that, for example, in a country where by you even displaying your sexuality, you can be murdered. There has to be a natural factor in it for somebody to live in that kind of hostile environment and still say that this is...
He was talking about like being gay not being natural and stuff, yeah, but yeah, that's your opinion. Like, I respect your opinion.
I respect what you're saying. I didn't say nothing.
Are you God that it's not natural? Are you God that you're telling me that's not natural?
I'm saying, yeah.
Are you judging me?
I don't feel like it's natural.
Then you don't. If you don't feel that, then
it's my opinion. Something you look. They're posing
not
a
your
question.
opinion. It's not your opinion.
I'm answering it. I don't feel like it's natural. I feel like it's spiritual.
I'm infused. Absolutely.
God, religion. Honestly, religion. He's not talking as a human. He's talking as a spiritual.
Continuing from what you were saying, Adrian, about people...
I want to hear what Ramla has to say.
Rightfully, if it isn't natural, then it shouldn't exist. This is the reason why I feel like this whole idea about, oh yeah, if you let him play with dolls, or if you let him wear pink, and what you're saying about socially, that's the reason why people are gay. The reason why I try heavily to avoid saying that, even though I understand it, the reason why I don't like to kind of proclaim that is because it makes people think if I do this, and this, my child cannot be gay, and if he's still gay, wait, listen, there's something wrong.
Yes.
That's the issue. We have decided that somehow we can stop it from happening.
Yes.
We can nip it in the bud. We can
You
say,
can't.
okay,
It is what it is. It's life, boy.
won't be gay, and that is why people get murdered because we try and stop it.
Yes.
Because we try and stop it from happening. I'm not saying everyone should rejoice and be happy at the fact that their kids are gay. I totally get why some people it's not in their religion. They're brought up. I'm not saying everyone should wake up tomorrow and have a completely different mindset. And if you do have an issue with homophobia, homosexuals, you're a disgusting person. Because I understand that the world we live in. But what I'm saying is this idea that you're so confident, you can have your opinion, Max, but you say it so confidently. It's a choice.
Okay, but you have to understand why I say.
I don't. Let me finish. Let me finish. You've been talking since it started.
Finish for a while now.
As have you, bruv. Don't piss me off. What I'm saying is,
Uh-uh.
you have told these two individuals who are gay, who have lived their entire life gay, you are telling them, people that you have never met, people that you've met for the first time in your life, you're sitting there telling them it's a choice. Who the fuck are you to be telling anyone?
Yes.
And you can say that you believe it's a choice, but to tell someone no, you are wrong, it was a choice that you made. That's not fair.
I didn't say that he's wrong. Not once did I say you can play back all the footage you want.
My name's Benjamin.
Not once did I say.
My name's Benjamin.
For me, it is a choice. Now, ask me this: why is it a choice? For me,
why is it?
Why do I feel as if it's a choice?
Why do you think it's a choice?
Because I can only look at this situation from two angles, my brother. From only two angles. It's either it's a mental state or it's a spiritual issue.
Are we mentally ill then?
You don't just wake up one morning, and kiss a guy. Yeah, you don't just wake up. You're walking on the road, bam, you kiss a guy. It don't happen like that.
And I've been kissing.
But you don't do that. Straight people don't do that either.
I've been kissing him since 7. You have to premeditate in order for you to go and do an action. You have to premeditate. So if you're premeditating this, it's a choice. You'll make it. You don't wake up and kiss someone or start liking guys. You're thinking about it.
Only thinking about your feelings. That's all we're thinking about. So he's saying that like we just wake up gay or whatever it is you're saying, yeah. But it's a feeling that we have, and well, you're saying that one day you wake up and kiss a guy.
How can you have premeditative thoughts at 7 years old? Are you crazy?
I don't think gay people are mentally ill. That would be stretching it. I think we'll be overdoing it. They're not mentally ill. But
we're humans, not they are.
It's a mental state.
Oh, shut up. I'm tired of people saying this nonsense. Only says this because he's been brought up with religion.
Because an illness can be diagnosed.
I think being gay is...
So I have an illness. You guys, I am sick.
Straight person. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's an appropriate response. When a person tells you what choices they haven't made, especially when it's a stranger, you don't turn around and impose what you believe on them.
Yes.
They explicitly said, I didn't choose to be this way. And he said, no, yes you did. I don't understand in what world you can be so brazen to tell someone you don't know what decisions they haven't made. And this is something that people do time and time again. They are disrespectful about what gay people, when gay people tell them about their personal experience. You are in no position and have no authority to tell any individual about what choices they haven't made or why not they're gay.
Exactly.
It's not up to you.
You grew up like you did. You both said that you tried being with women. You tried to be with a woman, and you.
I tried to do that from my own impulse, so I can give my mum grandchildren.
The reason that you would have tried getting with women, getting with a man, is because the way you were raised was that you saw your mum, your dad together, and that's how you felt that okay, that's how I've been raised, so this is what I should do. So you tried it, and it wasn't for you. You didn't feel it. So then you made a decision that should I try women or what was it? That's what I want to know. No, I'm asking her, please, Benjamin.
I always knew from like a young age that I liked girls, so it wasn't like I like from primary school like that young that like okay. I'll probably say at primary school I was a bit intrigued about boys and girls.
When you got to a certain age where you were mature enough, you did try a man, didn't you? Now, was that influence based on the way you were raised that you thought, you know what, even though I have this feeling that I like women, because of the way I've been raised and because of the way the environment that my mum and dad has raised me in, I have to try to be with a man and see if I can almost tame those feelings outside of,
like outside, tame those feelings that you really feel just to please like your family.
Like when I got to say like 16, 17,
oh God, wish this jungle monkey would just shut up in the background. Jesus Christ.
Try and have a boyfriend for my mum, especially for my mum, because I've got an older sister who's also gay. So my mum has 2 daughters who are gay, and both of us are quite boyish as well. So like, let's give her a girl child. Like,
bouncing off that, this is what I've been trying to get to 15 minutes ago about Benji's mum, how she reacted to some of his actions. Now, every time she done that, whether Benji noticed it or not, he took note of it. Okay, my behaviour equals this, and which would tell Benji, suppress that side of you. Now, we all know when you suppress something, after a while, what happens? It explodes. It doesn't only open, it goes with a bang.
Fortunately for me, my mum actually had Tamara, my sister. She's 19 now, and she's got Down syndrome. So in fact, something which was so minute, sexuality, to bringing up a daughter who you have to look after for the rest of your life, that was just insignificant. And me and my mum and my stepdad, we have the best relationship ever. My mum is a Jehovah's Witness. She goes to Kingdom Hall. They watch my TV program every day. Oh, your son was on TV selling his bags. Oh, yeah, that's my boy. But it's not an issue no more.
The way we are, it's more like, obviously, you grow up, it's in our environment, it's a bit, okay, you can't be gay, sort of thing. And a lot of people don't understand. Now, through me growing up, working in different environments and growing up in different environments, I think I've been exposed to people being sexually liberated from a very early age. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I went Trinity, so boys have been very open from early, and you have to be a real dude to kind of be able to embrace it, especially confident with what they're doing as well. Now, for me being Nigerian, Catholic, Christian, and that, this is what I want to know, and I think this will help a lot of people that are like me and have similar upbringings to me, and they just want to know, we're pro-life, yeah? You boy meets girl, you create life, and life continues, yeah? On some real shit. Like, if you are with the same sex, and you are a lesbian or you are gay, how if we ended up all being lesbian or gay, and you know that was how we was meant to be, how do we continue reproduction of life?
That's not going to happen though. The reason why why there are gay people is because it is to curb population essentially, innit? And we're not the only animals that have these traits, if that makes sense. So like humans are gay, and then there's other animals that do it, like dolphins. I think it's a natural thing because I don't feel like my surroundings made me gay. Like I don't feel like I saw
same.
Or my older sister's gay, and I was like, yeah, I want to be just like you. I was born like this.
Yes.
It's a natural thing.
You just always liked guys. And
yes.
Girls. You know what I'm saying? The same way I would just like a girl.
Yes.
You won't think about it. That's why.
What's his name? What's his name? I keep calling him Lucy, but it's that Lucas. I'm really proud of him this week. I really like him. Oh, look at this 20-year-old something that looks like a 49-year-old uncle.
And the 12 commandments.
Yo, you keep doing this, bro. Let me finish. The Bible is obviously talking about...
I don't want to hear about the Bible. It's full of contradictions anyway. Your head is the Bible. Your head looks like the being Bible.
There's more than that as well.
For bullshit. Nonsense.
Wait. Can I finish? It says, do not kill, do not do all of these things, innit? That's all the commandments there. And then there's another umbrella which comes up here, which is deemed as the most disgusting thing you can ever do. And this other umbrella is called, let me label it abomination, because that's the
your head is an abomination, especially that hairline.
Do you understand?
Really rude.
That is the umbrella that the Bible is taking. Inside that umbrella, there is, do not sleep with your mum. Do not sleep with an animal. Do not sleep with the same gender. Do you understand? I want you to get where I'm coming from, because we asking you guys questions to try and understand where you're coming from. So one day, once upon a time, being a perv, sleeping with your sister, and being homosexual were deemed all the same thing. Do you understand? And some of us still have that in our minds. And we're trying to break out of it, but it's so difficult because it's been installed since we were young.
Because of religion.
Generations after generations. So where I'm at the moment is that when I continue studying the Bible and I'm looking at it, and then eventually when I read the New Testament, it starts telling me that in order for these things to happen, because it says do not murder, that's a choice. Do not sleep with your mum, that's a choice. Do not sleep with the other
religion,
gender,
that's why I think so.
And then the New Testament then starts talking about if you see somebody doing something like this, there's an influence. That influence is spiritual. It goes against everything God has created from the beginning. If God God has said a man and a woman, these spirits which are opposite to what God wants will come and do the complete opposite. That's the angle that I'm taking. Do you understand? And I'm proper passionate about that.
For me, it's one of those things where if you have a feeling that you like another girl, that's just your feeling. You can't be judged for your feelings. Where he's coming from, I understand where he's coming from, because it's the action of doing it. Do you know what I mean? It's the act of going out and doing those acts of being gay, should I say, yeah? And for me, it's one of those things where you say you're Catholic, right? And in the Bible it says that you cannot sleep with...
it doesn't say that.
Leviticus chapter 27 from verse 1. Don't let me start quoting scriptures, my brother. Please.
This is not church.
No, don't try to shut me down, because when Rambo was talking about the Quran, you weren't saying that. You weren't saying that. Don't ever. Biscuit, don't ever.
Say the same way we're respecting these guys for their feelings and their sexuality is the same way. As much as we get pissed off, you have to respect that he has fundamental beliefs.
Yes.
Why am I getting shushed when I'm talking about the word of God?
I have to admit, like, maybe I do get angry with what he's saying because it's hurtful, but I respect it and I understand where it comes from. It is religion, like, it's something that's installed in him. You can't... It's going to be hard for him to think otherwise because that's all he knows.
So those that are telling me to keep quiet, they're the victims. They're the ones that God is working, and that's why they don't want me to talk about the word. I will speak about the word by force.
Ramla, I'm so into your point that you made, because as a Catholic myself, I'm sure and I'm very aware that homosexuality isn't how I should be. I'm not saying it's wrong.
So I understand where Max is coming from in regards to it's prohibited in the Bible, right? And for me, it's prohibited in the Quran, yeah. So let's just say let's just leave everything behind and just be like, you say that you're a Catholic and your mom took you back home because she wanted to put like religion into you, yeah. So why would you say you're Catholic and gay if you know gay is not allowed? You're not allowed to be gay in the Catholic society.
I do not identify at this current moment in time with society with anything, to be honest, because I can't even come out in front of all of you guys to come here and even speak to you. I wear makeup. I'm really, I'm half masculine, half feminine.
I don't think you should even answer that question. You're basically saying that, like, you're gay, you can't be Catholic.
What I'm saying is, you know in the Bible it says that you're not allowed to be gay.
It's true. I understand what she's saying.
In the Bible it says you must not sleep with somebody before you're married, and here everybody is with their legs open.
Ooh! That's why it's quiet and you know you did it out of wedlock. That's why you got a child, no ring.
I don't practice my Catholicism. I don't go to Jum. I'm not Muslim. I don't go to Jum every Friday. If I was practicing, if I was going to Jum and I was saying I'm a faggot, then I'll get judged for that. Mums is always want you to go to a Catholic school. That's what they want. That's what they want. It's a credible place.
So you don't see yourself religious now?
I see myself, I believe in God, I know there's a matter, and I know where I'm going. I believe in my sins. I'm not doing anything. What am I doing wrong? I'm not killing people. What, just because I lie down with man, it means it's a punishable sin.
You are getting a bit defensive.
I'm not getting defensive.
Why would you expect him to get defensive? It's insulting.
We're put on this planet to procreate as human beings, yeah?
I think we're put on this earth to love and be loved.
Now, if we now have the opposite sex, that can't happen.
Yes,
so
it can.
When you know, I want to know for you, like, how do you like put all of that into context and how?
Just like a woman now can have a child without a father.
I understand that argument. There are kids, so many kids that have no homes. They need homes. Okay, adoption. That's one route. However, for me, I'd like to see my natural offspring. There's IVF if you've got money for that. And I'm not the kind of guy who's going to put myself on this planet to be broke.
If you now have children...
You go, Benjamin.
How much option has that child now got?
So much options.
Again, how? I'm inquisitive.
What do you mean how? Well, they won't have much options if the likes of your children are around them.
You're getting personal.
No, it's not here.
What I'm saying is true, and it's burning. That's why you're getting personal.
It's not burning me at all.
It is burning you because you're getting personal.
Are you trying to ask, if basically that child that he may have will have more like of a chance of being gay? Is that your question?
Like, from a dude that's I'm trying to ask it in the realest way possible without coming across offensive. My thing is if you...
Well, his mum and dad made him. Obviously, they were straight.
I wanted to answer.
So...
Are you not creating a perception for that child?
Oh, give me a break. Well, obviously, you can't create a perception if he come from a straight home. Dummy.
Me and Max.
Why don't you think before you ask questions?
And he was talking to me, sharing with me some opinions that people have about the way I am, how they feel they can't, blah, 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 because of the way I dress and whatever. Now, I'm not gay, but I feel like I fall into that bracket. Being gay is just another thing, like being black, like being a woman, like being disabled. It's another thing on the judgment list, yeah? Now, I said to Max, if I'm doing something and it's not destructive to myself or anybody else, if you want to come to me and you shouldn't judge me. It could be your opinion, say, oh, this is how I feel. But to judge me and say, you know, blah, 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 because of that, to me personally, it doesn't make sense because I'm not hurting you, I'm not hurting myself. And that's what it is like, that's what Benji said. Now, viewers and people in the room might think, okay, fair enough, it's not destructive on that level, but it may be destructive in relation to nature and bringing forth children, but so are many other things. I'm not saying that what I go through because of how I dress is at the same level as what homosexuals go through, but to a degree I understand. And if I go through what I go through just because of the way I dress, I can only imagine what they must go through based on their sexuality.
People can't say that, oh, like, being gay is like not helping reproduction and stuff, but there are many straight couples out there that decide, make a choice and decide, I don't want kids. So are you now going to judge them? Say something to them as well, innit?
Statistically, I don't even think in terms of the world, in terms of the population, that 20% of the world is gay. Right? So I don't think it's a thing that everybody's suddenly becoming gay. What is happening
people are not being afraid anymore to be who they are because of the likes of you and your judgment.
They force people who probably would identify as gay in a Western world to get into marriages and have children. Their entire land is overpopulated because what you have are people who are in relationships that they don't want to be in, having kids and overpopulating. That means vegetation. There's not enough food to go around.
If you're gay, how do we continue the existence of man? Do you get what I'm saying?
Everybody else can do it. Why do I have to do it? Why do I have to do it?
I do not have an issue with anyone holding any opinion that they have if it is not detrimental to anyone else, right? You can believe what you believe, but when you come around and you say certain things with absolutely no proof, that really irks me because I feel like that is what puts the human race on a trajectory to be so openly negative about things they don't know anything about. Like, you can, and listen, I understand, like you were saying about nature and nurture, you believe what you believe because of your religion, of all the things. So I accept that it's a possibility. But the difference between you believing in your religion and your God and you proclaiming that and or opinion and knowing what you know about what you know based on what you believe and then applying that to another individual's life. Too many people do that, and that is why there is so much hostility and there is so much tension because no one is actually trying to listen. People will say being gay is a choice.
Proud of her, man. Using a dictionary, I feel foolish.
And the most qualified people to talk about it are those who are homosexuals, and those are the ones you want to argue with. I feel like everyone is trying to prove the other party wrong. For the majority of this conversation, we have been at each other's throats. We've been arguing. It hasn't been a cool, calm, where we're open and we're trying to prove our point. And at points, that's going to happen. It's a discussion. People will debate, and some people will have more valid points than others. But ultimately, I feel like this heterosexual versus gay, this whole thing is like it's a constant battle. Don't show men kissing on TV. It's just too...
Why would you show that? My kids are watching TV. My kids are watching TV. My children are watching TV.
So why should it be okay for us to keep watching man on woman?
And it's influencing them to think a certain
It's not influencing. Love is love. Oh, that's how you know you'd be a bad parent. You should be teaching your you're teaching your child love and equality. They should never be able to go on the street and think it's a surprise to see a couple, straight couple, a gay couple, or whatever. It should just be normal, you know. They're in love. Walk past or go about your business.
Where I'm from, do you understand? So let's not, because I don't want to indulge in the whole religion thing, but my culture as a Nigerian woman raised in my household, gay is a no-no. Now, when I got to a certain age, even in primary school, that's why I was intrigued to understand when did you know, and same for you. Even in primary school, I was still raised around. I went to a mixed school. In secondary school, I went to a mixed school. It was still the no-no. Do you understand? It's when I started working. I worked in Selfridges at one point, and when I worked in Selfridges, I was around people that were not what I found to be abnormal. because of the way I was raised. I'm not saying that you're abnormal, but I was just saying at the time, because I was very close-minded. Do you understand? But that was due to the environment that I was raised in. Like, my mum was a rod. Like, she was very, very one type of way. When I then started working in social, I started saying, rah, I met a guy. And when I met a guy, he was exact Ghanaian, you know, same environment that I grew up in, but he was gay. Do you understand? He was actually battling with his sexuality at the time. So he hadn't told his family that he was gay.
Esther.
He was just like, you could see in work that he was really himself, but when he used to go home, he was somebody else. So I used to say to him, like, I used to ask questions like, why are you, how comes you, I used to try, I was learning from him because the way I was raised, I didn't know this was abnormal. Do you understand? So one day he took me to a club called Heaven.
Oh my gosh, she went to Heaven.
Around people who were just like him. Gay people, you know, lesbians.
Oh my God.
Like, how I've been raised, they've kept me so close-minded and made it seem as
Because
though
of
it's so
religion.
bad and it's so wrong that actually it's not that bad. Like, what's wrong? Just because they've chosen to be a certain way, and though it's against the way I was raised, so it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I was very close-minded once upon a time, but it's the environment, the people that I've been around, growing up, not growing up only in my environment at home, but also moving out of that and going to different areas has made me more open-minded. I know everyone's trying to be careful, but I'm being honest.
No one's trying to be careful, so we are being
not like
River.
I feel like people are just, you know, people are treading carefully.
You can't decide that. If that's what their point, that's their point. I want to be as honest as I can, but at the same time, I'm going to keep it 100, you know what I mean? And say to you, listen, from where I grew up and the way I was taught, that was unacceptable.
Yes.
Now, it's society that has shaped and formed me to now adapt to a different way of thinking.
Yes.
Because, you know, you adapt to a different society, you adapt to the environment that you're in. But the way I was raised, being a Nigerian black woman, that in my culture was a taboo.
I would want to protect my child or anyone in my care from being curious to certain things. Even sex before marriage, I'd want to protect my child from being curious to that. It's not only homosexuality. You understand what I'm saying? But I strongly believe that curiosity kills.
It killed the cat, anyway.
Oh, I think this homosexuality thing stemmed from over curiosity. Man's
give me a break. I'm tired.
Let's see it this way.
Oh my Lord.
Quite wild though.
That it makes so much sense.
No, it doesn't.
The guy that teaches everyone
No.
He knows everything.
I'm gonna say this, like, I agree to some things that you're saying because my upbringing, we grow.
Yes, as Africans, we all understand. It's religion.
As you grow up, you get to realize that, listen, we all come from many different backgrounds.
Yes.
So let me finish, Ben. Like, we all come from many different backgrounds, and you know, you're gonna meet different people that have different, you know, perceptions to what you have. And one thing I'm for is, before I knock something, let me understand it. I might not agree with it, even after the fact, but let me understand it.
Just be passive.
So my thing is that we could put religious into it. Religious has a very strong pull over a lot of us. So the bottom line, in your Bible, in whatever religious text that I know, it says, thou shalt not judge. That's one thing that I've taken. So if that says that, then if you are homosexual, if you are transgender, whatever, I am no man to judge you. That's what I judge you. I'm giving you my interpretation. Yeah, I'm no man to judge you. Now, if it's wrong in the context of the Bible, that is wrong to the Bible. But if you say you are still a Catholic, like you said, then you can call yourself a Catholic. That's you. That's your choice. Do you understand? I cannot say that. It's for you and your God when you get to heaven to decide. Do you understand? Yeah. What I want to get from all of this and what I want to understand is that, okay, from somebody that has grown up this way, and you're African, you're black, you know, you have the same pretty much upbringing that I have. I've seen you in the end. I've gone to Wales. I've seen you. Do you know what I'm saying? I want to know what it's like for you, like, yo, because man like me will be like, bro, but shit, we all go through stuff. I grew up with women. I had two sisters. I'm predominantly one woman, but I'm very, very, you know, manly-ish or whatever. And there are guys that are gay and very manly-ish. And I know you're very, you know,
you saw me transition. I used to be skinny before, and I thought, you know what, this ain't working for me. Let me go to the gym and let me become some iron. We watch TV programs like EastEnders, Emmerdale, Corrie. They're natural sort of description of what's happening in our day-to-day life. Like abortion, you know, someone goes through mental health problems, someone's gay, someone's this or that. So you're telling me you're going to stop your children from watching everything that's going on? You might as well go move back to Africa, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't say I'm going to stop them. I'm saying that I don't want them to do it. I don't feel comfortable with my children watching let alone a man and a woman. Because as my child, there's somebody that I want to be protective over.
You can't protect your child from that and watching it, whether it's a man or a woman or what.
I've worked with people that are gay. I know people that are gay. It's like, it's not that deep to me. Like you're any other person to me.
Are you sure about that?
I feel like people. Yeah, I'm sure.
Would you take him to your house?
Never.
Even if I tell her, what is my mom gonna do? Is she gonna change him? She's gonna treat you like any other guest because for her.
But you can't take me back to your. You can't take me back there. For it's haram for you to even socialise with someone who's.
Just doesn't mean that. Why?
So why would you send me home?
You said he's like everybody else. Like you don't judge him on sexual. My point was that could you take him to your house since he's like everybody else?
If I took him to my house, me personally, as my mom, my home, what can my mom do to you?
Can you take him home?
I think she's talking about from her own household.
I'm talking about myself.
So are you a Muslim?
I am.
But you said to him he can't say he's a Catholic and claim he's homosexual. But yeah, you're saying.
So if he was starving, I can't give him food.
No, I'm not saying that. Muslims that I know you cannot take this brother home. But that's not her.
If your child told you that they just came home one day and they said to you, "Mummy, I'm gay," what would you say?
The day I have kids is the day that I want them to be very embodied in their culture and religion, first and foremost, yeah? Their religion says homosexuality is prohibited. Cool, yeah? They know that. So the second they turn 15 or they're allowed to, they can reproduce, that's in Islamic terms, you're an adult, that's the day they can make their own decision. If they say, Mom, I turn around and say, Mom, I'm gay, what can I do? I can't do anything. I'm not going to disown my child because he's gay. That's for God to judge.
You can't tell her what she's going to do. Don't say no. Just because she's in her...
What really, really annoys me is because you guys come for me, acting as if I'm going to do everything that's done in the... Because you keep attacking me. You guys are like, I'm going to take my child back home and I'm going to slaughter him. No, that's my child. I carried him for 9 months. Just like any other person, I'm going to raise my child. He is my own. If he chooses to be gay, he chooses to be gay.
In a previous episode, this is quite interesting. In a previous episode, when we discussed about religion, your man wanting to convert from a Muslim to a Christian. Now, you specifically said about your religion, that's what your faith, that's your path. That if your man was to convert...
But this is her child. A man and a child is different. Her husband and her child, someone that she birthed out of her womb. You can't compare the two. You can't. And so she shouldn't compare the two. How can you compare a man to your child?
So why would you... what is your stance on that? Even though it's your child, your husband, you have created this child.
I can get another husband, but I can't get another child.
Exactly.
So when it's convenient to you...
It's not when it's convenient. It's right how she's thinking. It's her child, man. How can you compare that to a man?
When your children become, decide to become gay or lesbian, I find it very hard to believe that you would accept it just
because you won't and you're closed-minded to it, don't mean that she can't as much as she's in her religion. It's her child. It's not a man. It's different.
But at the same time, just going based on what she had said previously.
You don't compare what she said about a man. This is what I mean about this show and these people. So fickle. They bring up stupid examples of things to demean people that don't even make sense. How can you compare her husband to her child? Come on. She can get another husband, but she can't get another child. So what's she meant to disown her child?
I expect you to take that response. Why? Because you don't know me well enough to contradict.
Thank you. Exactly what I said, babe. I was defending you.
I expect you to take it.
Exactly.
Leave it at
exactly.
That. But for you to now turn around and say, "Oh, you're lying," or "You can have another child," or "You leave your husband." Yes, I said what I said. That's the end of it.
Exactly.
Leave it there. Point blank on the period. Listen, the second that my man says I'm not a Muslim, there's no marriage. Which part of that do you not understand?
What if your child says that he's not? The child doesn't want to.
The child is different to the husband. Why? It's your child. How can people put the two in the same?
You must be waved. Yeah, you must be waved to ever raise your voice like that. You better chill.
Mr. God and Holy Bible threatening their way. Yeah. But yeah, you want to create scriptures.
There was no negativity about homosexuality in the Bible. There was no social conditioning that says that homosexuality or different lifestyles was negative. Would you feel this way? Chances are you probably wouldn't feel that way, because I feel like personally the way we perceive homosexuality and different types of lives are more conditioned by our society than it is by our ingrown nature.
Oh, thank you. He speaks so much sense.
It doesn't know good or bad. It will not turn away from a gay person. It will not turn towards a straight person simply on the basis of them being gay or straight. Yeah, society does play a major impact in sexuality and all of that, but I feel like the impact that it plays is more on our perception of homosexuality rather than homosexuality itself.
Yes. This debate is so great because it's just like seeing other people's reactions to a homosexual person. And I mean, when religion comes into it, it's a bit different, but anyway, hey-ho. Next.
Whilst I've been sitting here, I've actually put myself in the position of being homosexual myself, and I'm trying to get a grasp of how maybe my parents may have contributed
Esther,
to that.
you hot?
Now,
I thought you wear light makeup, babe.
Maybe with my father, I may feel safer ground with similarity. So, for example, I step in a place, there's loads of white people. Obviously, I've grown up with white people, but I might feel a bit more, and vice versa. White people might come around, a white person might come, a bunch of black people. It's a little bit, we feel safer with whoever we're more, similar to. So, if I've had a distorted relationship with another male, I might think, you know what? I want to go with a woman now because it's safer. These men are fucking me up. They're this and they're that, and I'm having negative, experiences with them, and I want to go for safer ground. We all do that.
I can remember when I was a child and my mum was like, come and paint my toenails because, there was no other person there to do it for you. I haven't ever thought about it until you've asked that question. Come and cream my back when she was trying to lighten her skin. Mum, I hope you know what you think. But all of them things, they didn't make me change my skin color. They didn't make me change my sexuality. She just needed someone who she could rely on, or someone who could do a good job. And me and my mum are best friends now. However, to nip this in the bud, gay, straight, bisexual, whether you like cat, woman, man or dog, we all take a hand in helping each other out in this life, which is called life. Religion or anything shouldn't actually matter. We're not killing each other.
Everything's so flipped now. Like, if I come out and say I don't agree with homosexuality, everyone will stone me. I'm very heavily in the corporate world, yeah? And I'm telling you from now, the investors that I've met that have big P's are all homosexual. They've been viewing this, they watch BKCHAT, and they're gonna see, hold on, they're gonna see this, and I'm saying it out there that, yo, like, I don't agree with it. It's as simple as it.
But you won't have a job. You lose your job, honey.
I won't lose my job.
What you're saying is right, though.
No, you will.
He is. I accept your view and I accept where you come from and your religious background. I respect that. What I'm asking for is the same thing. So for you to come back and for you to say, okay, well look, this is not how I was brought up, but I respect you as well. As a human, like that's all we're asking for. Like, yeah, Max is saying everything that everyone wants to say, but it's probably scared to say. Like everyone, I felt like wanting to keep an image. Whereas Max was just gonna say, yeah, like I don't think it's right, and I kind of respect him for that because I feel like he's true to his religion.
Yeah, he's not bum-licking, he's being honest.
Or like he wouldn't say hi to
you
on the street. I just feel like he has his views, he will share them with you, but at the same time he'll be cool with you. Like he's not gonna he is judging us, but he's not gonna treat us differently for it. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like everyone else was talking about, I just want to educate myself. Like this is 2017. Everyone knows what lesbians and gay people get up to.
Exactly.
This is silly. Like just educate me. That's silly.
Exactly. Chat about. Well, this was a very interesting topic. Lucas very smart this episode because this is that type of subject, if you say one thing out of pocket, you really do F up your chances with your job, because BKCHAT is a massive platform and all it takes is one word said about it to be out of pocket with a subject like this, and your job is in jeopardy. So him being quiet and taking a backseat on this issue, I fully appreciate, and I actually can respect him so much more for that. He should actually act like that in every episode because he seems to be more likable, understanding. He was actually saying things that actually made sense, and he was actually acting like the debate show that this is meant to be. There's no aggression, no any of that, and I really appreciated that. Max, I went through so many emotions with Max, but he just boils down to how he thinks is how he's been taught through his religion, and it's very hard for people to shake that off when it's been installed in you for so many years through your upbringing, that this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is not normal, this is a choice, it's disgusting. So it's very hard to, I can understand, but there is a point in time when you should act, where you should be able to leave scripture to a side and act as a normal human being, aka like Ramla. Yes, she's Islam, yes, she's into her faith, yes, her religion is everything to her, but she can put that aside and act as a human being, which is why I didn't understand why they were ganging up on her when she said what she said, because your child is different to a man. Yeah, your husband will be your husband, okay, but your child, you birthed that child, so how can you compare how you would feel about your child to a man? A man can come and go, absolutely. Friends can come and go, things can come and go, but that child would always be a part of you for the rest of your life, because you gave birth, you gave life to that child. So I don't understand how, for one, they can tell her how she's going to act, and for two, how they can tell her that she's wrong in what she's saying and how she's contradicting herself, because it doesn't even make sense. You can't compare the two. Only intelligent people will fathom that. 3, let's go back to chromosomes. I never knew that we only had 27, but you know, that's what happens when you think you know everything. 27 chromosomes. I've never heard such bollocks in my life, and it took me a while to fathom that. That's why I was silent. But really, Ezra, I was so proud of you this episode, babe. Amazing. I can't say anything. I apologise for every time I called you dictionary. But actually, you should take that as a compliment, you know, because that means you're book smart, and you are. You're very smart. River. I could relate to River this episode. I mean, I relate to her all the time when she talks, but I ain't got nothing bad to say about anyone. Biscuit just seemed to be a bit, he definitely was here on the wrong episode. Adrian was amazing, as usual, and I wish that Benjamin said more and did a lot more. A lot less, sorry. Especially with the brush. That was so extra. Oh my god. That made me cringe. And I don't even understand when they're having discussions like this, why they will go and bring the most stereotypical people, the stud lesbian and the flamboyant gay, to just try and justify why they are and who they are. Because if you're on a platform where people don't understand and people are being opened up to things like this, then shouldn't you be able to, why didn't you go and find people that you would never even suspect? Because that would show people that we come in all different shapes and forms, and that there's all types of us. You know what I mean? That you can have feminine attributes, you can be a masculine, you can be this. Not everything is so always in your face. And I feel like as long as that just keeps being shown and shoved down people's throats, we would never ever be able to be accepted as just normal human beings who are the way we are. And it's not like we are indifferent or any of that. I never agreed to that stuff. I just believe, like, as a man can love a woman and as a woman can love a man, I can love a man and a woman can love a woman. Like, love is love. Love doesn't discriminate. Love doesn't judge. Love isn't prejudice. That's what people in society are. So no one can't tell me what I am and who I am or who I'm attracted to is wrong, because that's you as a human being making a judgment, because the power of love doesn't do that to me. And just like you may not see yourself with another man, or you know, you're straight and that's what you like, that's exactly how I feel. I have no emotional sexual attraction to a woman, and it's not just one, it's just I don't at all. But I can appreciate a beautiful woman, absolutely, but I'm just not attracted. So does that make me wrong? Does it make me a freak? Does it make me a natural? Does it mean I chose that? No. Who chooses to go through all of that, to be disowned by their family, to be disgraced in public, to suffer abuse? There's people that have been killed. Why? For what? Just because of other people's intolerance and other people's ignorance, and then you want to make it seem like it's a choice that we make just because of a religion that you've been brought up with. What about just being a natural human and, you know, thinking about things normally as a rational human being with a brain without scriptures, because they change all the time. So this episode was definitely very enlightening, you can say that, to say the least. But I'm happy that they brought it up, because about time they started, you know, talking about some serious issues. And that's the finale, guys. So I guess I'll be seeing you back for the reunion. That should be interesting. And then season 3. But thank you guys for all your support, and it has been phenomenal reacting and reviewing BKCHAT reviews and seeing all your comments and you're interacting with me, and I just appreciate you guys so much, because BKCHAT ultimately has given me so much subscribers and opened you lot so much more to my channel, and I really appreciate that. I adore you guys, and thank you for accepting me as I am and who I am. I appreciate that. And I guess with that being said, it's the end of season 2. Take care, you guys. Stay blessed and stay beautiful. And I shall see you back tomorrow with a normal junior video.